It all comes down to the Breeders' Crown, and perhaps that has never been truer than it is this year. Hi, I'm John Pavlak. Welcome to Eye on Harness Racing. The Breeders' Crown eliminations are on tap tomorrow and Saturday evening at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, where for the first time in the history of the Crown since 1984, all 12 divisions will be raced on one card at one track. The USTA is ready. Our Breeders' Crown website will offer in-depth coverage of all 12 races, including pre-race features and then exclusive race night stories and videos available nowhere else. One thing is certain, outstanding performances are sure to be part of it all, although they'll have to go quite a way to go one up on the fastest Breeders' Crown performance of all time. It happened just last year at the Meadowlands, where Won the West and driver Jim Morrill Jr. were 15-1 long shots. They were seemingly and all done fourth at the top of the lane.
Here comes Won the West and shadow play way out wide. Won the West and Jim Morrill Jr. with the drive of a lifetime. It's Won the West at 15-1.
Harness racing's greatest century comes to life in the pages of 100 Years in Harness, richly illustrated with some of the most evocative photos ever taken. Order your copy online, and better yet, order more to give as gifts. A large crowd, including key elected officials, gathered this past Monday at Perretti Farms to discuss the economic importance of New Jersey's standardbred industry. The gathering was a chance for New Jersey's breeding and racing industry to meet members of the New Jersey legislature to explain why the suggested closing of the Meadowlands was a nonsensical decision by the Hansen Commission. Hall of Fame driver John Campbell explained why the Meadowlands is such a great asset to New Jersey, and State Senator Jennifer Beck and Assemblyman Joe Malone put things into perspective.
If you go to any harness track in North America, they'll have their own live races on, they'll have the Meadowlands on. That's how much the Meadowlands racing means to our sport nationwide.
I can't express how important the horse racing industry is to the state of New Jersey and to quality of life issues and just the economy of the state. For us to be even thinking that this is not an integral part of what we do in New Jersey and our culture in New Jersey, I think is mind-boggling.
At this point in our economy, when we are seeing record unemployment, record numbers of foreclosures and bankruptcies, this is the wrong time to be taking a business and disadvantaging it. So I am going to be working very hard over the next 30 days to ensure that we always have the finest racing in the state of New Jersey.
This past weekend saw exciting action above and below the Canadian border. The millionaire pacing mare Dream Fair Eternal added another laurel to her crown at Mohawk this past Saturday. Driver Randall Waples called her the best pacing mare he's driven after she came first over, as she had it in the eliminations, to win the $364,000 Milton Stakes Final.
Dream Fair Eternal still driving on the outside, and she has struck the front for Waples. Dream Fair Eternal takes over and brings this classy group of distaffers into the final 8th of the mile. Dream Fair Eternal closing a ton on the outside. Now comes AP's Moneymaker, but it's Dream Fair Eternal to win the Milton Stakes Final in first over fashion.
At Yonkers Raceway, also on Saturday, $1.6 million was paid out in 8 New York Sire Stakes finals. In one, See You at Peelers, a freshman pacing filly, remained perfect in what was her 11th start this year.
See You at Peelers has given them the slip, and she leads it by 3.5. Then My Girl's a Star. Here's Eagle Kelly on the scene late, but it's going to be See You at Peelers.
It's time to take a look once again at this week's speed list provided by Trackmaster. It comes as no surprise that miles at Delaware, Ohio are prominent on this week's speed list, although Triumphant Caviar's track record mile at Indiana Downs in the Pride in Progress final led the way on the trotting side. Lucky Man's win in the Winback Farm Pace was tops among pacers at 107, and Rock and Roll Heaven's 2 stunning wins in the Jug also earned him identical 107 ratings, in fact 2 of them. Speed ratings accepted as official by the U.S. Trotting Association are available exclusively from Trackmaster and a key factor in anyone's handicapping efforts. At Trackmaster, it's all about winning. Powerful handicapping products built on official USTA data help you be the best horse player you can be. And free services such as StatsMaster and the Virtual Stable also put the odds in your favor. The winning starts at Trackmaster.com. We hope you enjoyed our in-depth coverage of last Thursday's Little Brown Jug. I'm still shaking my head in disbelief over Rock and Roll Heaven's unprecedented show of speed, winning the jug by becoming the first horse to pace 2 sub-150 miles in the same afternoon and on half-mile track to boot. That said, there were other outstanding performances. Chief among them was Western Silk's straight heat victory in the $350,000 Jugette for sophomore pacing fillies. She's seen here speeding home in 153-1 in the second heat, driven by Mark McDonald.
Dancing with the Stars. Seriously, it's Westin Sept winning the Jugette.
The sport's best trotting mares raced in the $93,500 Ms. Versatility Series final, including Buckeye St. Pat, Windsong Soprano, and Elusive Desire. But it was Autumn Escapade who matched a world record for co-owner and driver David Miller.
But David Miller lifts the lines and opens up with Autumn Escapade.
Lucky Man was not lucky. He was good in winning the $46,250 Winback Farm Pace for free-for-allers. Mark McDonald drove him to a 149-2 world record.
Lucky Man with the lead. Mark McDonald, they're only battling the clock. Lucky Man, 149 2/5.
This week, of course, the Breeders' Crown eliminations to be raced on Friday and Saturday dominate the upcoming harness racing schedule. Next week, we'll be here to analyze those results and hear from the winning connections in what will be our Breeders' Crown preview show. Don't forget to visit and bookmark the USTA's Breeders' Crown website to get even more coverage of the sport's fall showcase races. I'm John Pavlak. Thanks for watching, and make sure you join us next week for yet another edition of Eye on Harness Racing.